Welcome to Rewatch and Rank. On this channel, we rewatch older TV shows, provide a summary and opinion on the episode before ranking each episode against each other. Today's episode is Solo Leveling, Season 1, Episode 9, You've Been Hiding Your Skills. Episode in a nutshell is a brief reminder of what happens in the episode. So in this episode, King Taeshik, who was the B-rank hunter sent by the Hunters Association, has a flashback to the father of an assault victim who hung herself, giving 3 billion won, I think is the Korean currency, to King Taeshik to kill her 3 assaulters, who happen to be the prisoners that went into the dungeon in this episode. The prisoners are shown, again, to be terrible people, and because they are terrible people, we don't feel bad when King Taeshik does, in fact, fulfill the contract and kill them, something that he enjoys doing because killing humans is apparently more entertaining and challenging than monsters, making it more exciting for him. However, he takes things a little bit too far as he then kills 2 of the other hunters, Kim and Kang. And this is when Jin Woo and his other 2 hunters that he went exploring with find them. They manage to find Kim just before he dies, who apologizes to Jinwoo but ultimately succumbs to his wounds. And then King Taeshik tries to finish what he started and kill Jinwoo. But this is when Jinwoo does reveal that he has gotten stronger since the double dungeon to his companions, and he manages to fight King Taeshik. Now he does struggle. He has to use full recovery at one point in order to heal the wounds that he's been given. But once he uses full recovery, it's pretty much at that point a one-sided battle, and King Taeshik does end up dead by Jinwoo's hands, especially once he gets a quest, basically like he got in The Hunt Begins, or The Real Hunt Begins, where he has to kill him or be killed. After he manages to kill him, he then heads towards where the boss room is, telling the others to leave. And once they leave, they report to the Hunters Association the truth about King Taeshik and what he'd been doing in the dungeons with the prisoners. And when asked how these lower-ranking individuals were able to kill a B rank, Jin Woo's companions do cover for him because one is a swordsman who has awakened as a magic type hunter, and then the other is a healer, and so they claim with the help of being healed, he was able to defeat him, and they therefore cover for Jinwoo. And that is essentially where this episode ends. So now that we've been reminded about what happened in the episode, we'll now rank the episode. As always, we'll rank first on our mostly objective ranking list, followed by the personal ranking list. And we start with our multi-episode supporting character developments, and we have 2 points each for each of the deaths. So we have the prisoners, who are still bulk and grouped together, 2 points. 2 points for King Jeon-ho, Kim Sang-shik, King Taeshik, all died. Then we have Song Shi-yul and Lee Ju-hee covering for Jin-woo as yet another 2. And this brings us all the way up to 10. However, there was negative messaging or behavior. And that was not only the murder for hire, but the fact that he killed innocent people more so. Like, I mean, don't kill anybody, let the justice system, have its way, but anyone who's watched Death Note knows that sometimes people forgive murder when it's against bad people. Like, when bad people disappear from the world, sometimes that's viewed as a good thing. So the killing of the prisoners, I would say I'm probably neutral on that. I think the less bad people in the world, the better. But at the same time, the justice system is there for a reason, and you should not be taking it into your own hands. And so, ultimately, end up in the neutral category on them. However, Kim Sang-shik, for example, we saw that he had a family, he had 2 children, they had expenses, and now he has died at King Taishik's hands. As an innocent person, he never did anything wrong. He was called by the association to this dungeon, and now he is dead and his family is left in a very difficult situation. And that, to me, is where the tragedy lies in the episode, that King Taishik thought he had to kill innocent people, which he did not need to do. And as a result of that, I took -2 points, which brings us to an 8 out of 10 episode. And with that, our mostly objective ranking now becomes I am used to it. If I had one more chance, it's like a game, a pretty good deal. The real hunt begins. Let's see how far I can go. I've got to get stronger. This episode came in 8th. You've been hiding your skills. Then this is frustrating, and how to get stronger is currently in last place. As for the personal ranking, I also decided to give it an 8. I thought that it was a really good episode. It had the action that I was looking for, first with killing monsters, then with the fight against Taishik. It even had not a strong emotional response, but I did feel a little bit of pity when Kim Sang-shik died. I thought, because he was leaving behind a family and they went through the trouble of showing us his family, that I did feel like pity for the family left behind. And he did want to apologize to Sung Jin-woo, and obviously at the end of the dungeon, which he didn't. Well, he only got to do that as he died, not when he got out of the dungeon. So ultimately, I feel like that was a sad moment. We also see Jin-woo talking about how like some more of his emotions have died as a result of these quests and his leveling, and how he's becoming colder as a person, which personally I'm a fan of. Because that's just how overpowered characters should be. It's solo leveling, so if he was too emotionally attached to a bunch of people, it wouldn't be solo anymore. So in this context for this character, I like that is happening, because I like not being overwhelmed with too many characters. I like when the plot is focused on like a small group or a single character. Not that I don't mind like ensemble casts, but typically I also like and probably would say my favorite are more focused stories like this one. And I also like that we did get some closure to that double dungeon with all of the survivors being reunited. It is unfortunate that 2 of them did end up having to die in the episode. And then again, the boss fight, which was really not shown on screen, but was King Taishik was the boss in this episode, a human boss. He got to kill him, and he also managed to get rewarded because he did complete a quest, which was awesome. But honestly, the fight was not as epic as the Real Hunt Begins fight, which is why I gave it an 8, and put it into second place, because the Real Hunt Begins still has the best fight in this season, which is why it's in first. This one's in second. You've been hiding your skills. Then we have Let's See How Far I Can Go. A pretty good deal. I've got to get stronger. It's like a game. This is frustrating. I'm used to it. If I had one more chance, How to Get Stronger then is in last place for me as well, because it was a recap episode. And that now brings us to the series ranking so far. Mostly objective ranking is 83 out of 130, and the personal ranking is 60 out of 130. But with that, we have now rewatched and ranked Solo Leveling Season 1, Episode 9. You've been hiding your skills. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you in the next episode.